Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to RB Hardware. In today's video, I'm going to show you my latest best budget gaming PC that can be yours for $602. So I made it quite simple for you guys. I put together a list of compatible PC parts all in stock, so you can just go ahead and build it right away with confidence. And so in today's video, I'm going to show you all the component choices as well as take a deep look at the gaming benchmarks. And we got more than 15 games tested here, some of which have been requested by you guys. So by the end of this video, you'll have a great understanding how this PC performs. Now for the latest and best PC pricing of each PC part, simply check the description where you find everything listed. So with that said, let's start with the central processor. Now pairing up a gaming PC with a fast and speedy CPU is essential to avoid bottlenecks, lag, as well as stutter. So with that in mind, for today's $600 PC build, I am picking the cheapest and best performing 4-core 8-thread processor on the market, the Core i3-10100F. Now, like I said, this is a 4-core 8-thread part with a 3.6 GHz base clock and a turbo of 4.2. Thanks to Intel's matured 14nm redefined Skylake architecture, its high clock speed and core count, the processor is capable of running most AAA titles with pretty good results. Now as we can see here guys, the 10100 is performing great among its competitor, considering the fact that this is just a 4-core processor. Now to top this off guys, the CPU also comes bundled with a pretty good cooler actually. Now you can argue that 4 cores and 8 threads is a little bit low for gaming in 2022, but it is actually enough for most popular games right now. That all being said, if you got about $60 more to spend, I would highly recommend upgrading the build to a 6-core 12-thread part for a more future-proof PC build. You'll find the 10400F linked up down below as well. But yeah, with that said, let's move on to the motherboard. And for the main board, I am picking the Gigabyte B560M DS3H. Now, I haven't actually tested this particular B560M model, but yeah, I have been using the AMD equivalent variant for many of my past PC builds and I got nothing to complain about whatsoever. The DS3H offers everything you can possibly ask for, like 4 DIMM slots for dual channel support for the highest possible frame rate. We also find plenty of USB and I/O. And as a bonus, you also got the option to upgrade to Intel's 11th gen CPUs if you want to do that as well later down the road. Now, if you are getting any value of this video and you want videos more often, please guys smash the like button, subscribe, turn on the notifications bell so you know exactly when new content is being released. Let's move on to system RAM. Now, because of the way that Intel's CPUs operate, picking up a fast RAM kit will simply result in higher and smoother gameplay. Therefore, I am picking the 16GB dual channel 3200 MHz CL16 kit. This is the cheapest and fastest RAM kit I could find right now, selling for just $58. With that said, let's move on to storage, and here I am picking the Samsung 980 500GB SSD. There is simply not much you need to know other than this is a super snappy M.2 that is selling for between $60 to $50, so yeah, this is a no-brainer in my opinion. With that said, let's take a look at the big one, the bread and butter for any gaming PC build. I'm obviously talking about the graphics card. Now, most of you guys are quite sick and tired of hearing about the never-ending GPU shortage, so yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. Let's just instead take a look at my pick here. So with a total budget for our entire PC build of about $600, that leaves us with about $200 over for our video card. And for that, with a slight bit of luck, you can actually get a Radeon RX 580 4GB variant on the secondary market. Now, taking a look at the performance, despite being 5 years old now, the card is still performing great in today's modern games, managing to stay close to the magic 60 FPS mark as long as you keep your favorite game at 1080p at medium settings. Even 1440p gaming is possible if you keep your settings at low graphics. Another possible option to consider would be either the GTX 970 or the GTX 1060 from Team Green. Now here is a comparison between the RX 580 versus the GTX 970, and we can see that the RX 580 is faster. It is however also a little bit more expensive, coming in at about $100 to $200 more. So yeah, in the end of the day, that only makes sense, right? If you can live with playing your favorite game at either 1080p medium settings or 1440p at low settings, you're going to be quite happy with the performance you can get with this 5-year-old GPU. Let's move on and talk about the power supply. Now for this kind of build, including a slightly older mid-range GPU, 500 watts of power will suit our build just fine, and this will leave us with headroom over for upgrades later down the road as well. 80+ bronze efficiency certification is also always nice, and I was happy to find this one from VGA that met all my requirements, and so very happy with this one. Finally, let's take a look at the case choice. So based on you guys' feedback, high temperatures is a concern a lot of you guys seem to have, and so to ease you guys' minds a bit, I am picking a case with great cooling and airflow. So this is a $70 case from Apivia called Prodigy, delivering high airflow without breaking the bank. It comes with 3 RGB fans as well as a mesh front for maximum airflow. Now if you're unable to find this case in your region, I would highly recommend taking a look at the Cooler Monster MB320L as a potential secondary option. Now keep in mind guys, for the RGB to work, I recommend purchasing an ARGB controller. You'll find this linked up down below. Now here is what the final part list is looking like. All parts are listed down below. Now if you're looking for a complete step-by-step guide tutorial how to put a PC build like this together, I got a video linked up down below where I'm using the Cooler Monster case. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. I cannot wait to show you guys my next upcoming gaming PC build. Thank you so much for sticking around, and I will see you guys in the next video.